Good morning, and welcome to the Center for Spiritual Living Sarasota. Whether you're a member, a regular attendee, or you've just found us, we want you to know that we're here to support you in finding a personal relationship with the God of your understanding and discovering what you already know. My name is Jim Grove, a licensed spiritual practitioner here at the center, and I greet you with Namaste. Namaste is Sanskrit and means the divinity in me recognizes and honors the divinity in you. Each Sunday, we begin by affirming our vision and mission statements. The words can be seen on your screen. Please feel free to read aloud with me. First, our vision: empowering spiritual growth as a loving, inclusive, worldwide community. And now our mission: we teach science of mind principles and other life-affirming spiritual truths. We explore, we learn, we grow, we connect, honoring all paths to God. We offer in-person and online weekly services, classes, workshops, affirmative prayer support, and other spiritual tools. We create opportunities for joyful social connection, community outreach, and service. And we celebrate the awakening of our innate spiritual magnificence. Now, as we prepare for our time of prayer and meditation, I invite you to relax, close your eyes, take a deep cleansing breath, and go within as Fawny Frost and Bob Teesdale set the tone for us with a song entitled "God is Holding Me" by Donna Michael.
I'm held in love, I'm held in peace. God is holding me with every breath, with every step. God is holding me. 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 I'm held in love, I'm held in peace. God is holding me with every breath, with every step. God is holding me. 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 I'm held in love, I'm held in peace. God is holding me with every breath, with every step. God is holding me. God is holding me. God is holding me. God is holding me. God is holding me.
God has created me as a divine individual expression of itself to have this human experience of life, and has imbued me with a wide range of emotions to feel every moment of it. Sometimes I may feel sad, depressed, fearful, or angry. I know these feelings aren't wrong. They're just part of the sensing system the divine has installed within me to navigate my journey of life. Knowing this, I can ask why I'm having these feelings and receive divine guidance through my intuition, which is also part of the divine sensing system within. It's God's way of communicating with me. When I recognize these feelings as signals from that place of divinity within, I can change my thinking about a situation and create a different experience that leads to feelings of joy, satisfaction, harmony, and peace. When I'm in a place of having those feelings, I know that I've chosen well and that I'm in sync with God's idea of me as its beloved child. Therefore, I set an intention to listen for and pay attention to all my feelings as the divine messages they are. I welcome all of them as the sum total of this experience and expression of life that God has graciously bestowed upon me. With great gratitude, I release this word of truth that goes forth to accomplish that for which it is intended, and I joyfully anticipate its fulfillment in all of the feelings I experience throughout my life. And so it is. Our spiritual leader, Reverend Karen Wolfson, is with us this morning. Her message is entitled Feelings, Welcoming All of Them. But before we hear from Reverend Karen, Fawny and Bob are back to sing Feel It by Karen Drucker. Welcome, Fawny and Bob.
I'm gonna just feel it and let it be. Allow my feelings to come naturally, moving through me like the clouds in the sky. I won't question why. I'm gonna feel it. I'm gonna let the joy and pain wash over me. I'm gonna ride the waves and let it be. I'm gonna trust it will be okay and let it flow. I'm gonna laugh and cry and let it go. I spent so many years trying to push my pain away, but I know that why I resist, persist, and can service any day. So I'm taking the steps to see what I deny. I'm open to the feeling that I've held inside. I'm open, I'm willing, I'm ready to. I'm gonna let the joy and pain wash over me. I'm gonna ride the waves and let it be. I'm gonna trust it will be okay and let it flow. Oh yeah, let it all go. Being strong shouldn't mean that I'm not supposed to heal. Can you tell me, how do I grow? How can I heal? Gotta let it out, let it all come through. Every kind of emotion, what I've got to do is open and willing and ready to. I'm gonna let the joy and pain wash over me. Just feel it. Gonna feel it. Gonna feel it. Sticks and stones can break my bones, but crying never hurt me. Gonna feel the joy, feel the joy, feel the joy, feel the joy. Feel it. Gonna let the joy wash over me. I'm gonna ride the waves. I'm gonna let it all be. Feel it. Feel it.
Thank you, Fawny and Bob, for that beautiful song. Listen to these words again. I've spent so many years trying to push my pain away, but I know that what I resist persists, so I'll open to the feelings I've held deep inside. Being strong shouldn't mean I'm not supposed to feel. How do I grow? How can I heal? I'm gonna just feel it and let it be. Allow my feelings to come naturally. I'm gonna let the joy and pain wash over me. Ride the waves and let it be. Laugh and cry and let it go. Trust it'll be okay to let it flow. That actually is my message for today, pretty much. Thank you. Thank you, Karen Drucker, for writing that song, and for Fawny and Bob for singing it so beautifully. The theme for these 3 weeks is feelings. And my title today is Feelings, Welcoming All of Them. All of them. The wise Buddhist monk Thich Nhat Hanh said this: if we're not in contact with pain, we cannot know what happiness is. Well, that sums it up. I've noticed that there is a tendency to assume that the spiritual journey is all about feeling good, and to discount, dismiss, avoid, or even deny all other feelings. Oh yes, the teaching of Science of Mind places great emphasis on the importance of changing our thoughts in order to change our experiences, which of course impacts our feelings. And this wonderful practice has had an incredibly positive impact on my life. But let's be careful that we don't use that to engage in spiritual bypass. Now, spiritual bypass is when we use spirituality to ignore, dismiss, negate, deny, bypass all the unpleasant aspects and feelings in a situation, with the assumption that this then will result in the healing and the change that we desire. Let's think about that a little bit more. I've noticed also that in some situations in my life, it's more complex. And simply flipping the switch to change my thoughts from negative to positive just doesn't always bring the desired result. And then I feel guilty and inept and discouraged, and maybe I'm just not getting it. Ever have that feeling? Well, digging more deeply, I have discovered quite the contrary. That as in this gentle reminder expressed from author Jamie Verone, she said, if you feel off track, please remember there is no track. This is your life. It ebbs and flows and twists and halts and speeds up. It all belongs. So stop trying to be a robot who is perfect all the time. You're not a robot. You're a human. Be alive to it all. Thank you, Jamie. She's right. Everything about us, the messiness of being fully human, our capacity for pleasure and pain, hurt and happiness, agony and ecstasy, be alive to all of it. I mean, I know sometimes situations and experiences just plain suck, even around things we love and respect. But the rich tapestry of all of our feelings is to be experienced and not denied, not to be diminished or discounted. It's so okay to have all of these feelings, and it's part of this truly alive human journey. Now, there are lots of things that I could say about feelings and that we know about feelings, but here are 5 highlights I want to share with you. Number 1, all feelings are valid. By that I mean I no longer tell myself or anyone else that I should or should not feel a particular feeling. Number 2, feelings that are stuffed or denied, buried alive, and they will show up again and again, sometimes disguised or redirected, but they are alive and well, and they will reemerge. Number 3, feelings impact and energize the words of our thoughts and affirmative prayers, making them so much more powerful. And feelings can actually provide guidance for us, often more accurately than our thinking and analyzing can do. And finally, this from author Valerie Carr. She wrote, "When we're brave enough to sit with our feelings of pain, it deepens our ability to sit with the pain of others, and it shows us how to love them." Before we go on, let's check in with each other. I am so happy knowing you are out there, and I want to know how you're doing. In fact, if you're watching on Facebook Live, put something in the chat. Let us know where you are and who you are, and give us your comments. But let's stay in touch as 2022 unfolds. I want you to know that I continue to affirm for you a year of vibrant wonder. And always, to you, our team of financial contributors, you are a wonder. You are an absolutely essential part of all that makes it possible for us to continue doing what we're doing, sharing our message, sharing our caring, and our connection. Thank you. So, about feelings. We are beautifully complex in our humanness, a rich tapestry of feelings, as I said. And in the course of the day, just think about the incredible range of feelings that you experience. And today, let's shine a light on the role of those feelings that we don't like, which is an understatement, I think. Some feelings it's more than not liking them. But let's shine a light on those. How do we process and integrate these with our spiritual journey? Many of us in our childhood, and this was especially true of me, were taught that certain feelings were bad and definitely not pleasing to God. Anger, frustration, unhappiness, dislike, jealousy, embarrassment, hurt, insecurity, long list. So the antidote was to hide those feelings and suppress them and even pretend that they weren't there. Personally, in my experience, I took this to such an extreme that I remember as a young adult casually telling some of my close friends, "I don't know what I feel." Oh my, I was so out of touch and in denial. And for me, that led to years of alcoholism in order to unwittingly or subconsciously keep those feelings numbed. Of course, I didn't realize that until I got sober. But what a revelation as all of those buried feelings slowly and agonizingly surfaced. Now, you don't have to be an alcoholic or addict to be in denial regarding your feelings. There's so many things we humans do just so we can avoid painful, unpleasant feelings. But as I said earlier, those feelings are buried alive, and they inevitably will show up in disguise or redirected at someone or something unrelated to the original trigger. For example, Eckhart Tolle wrote, "Where there is anger, pain is always underneath. Pain disguised as anger." So, just as when we're injured or ill and in pain physically, the ultimate solution is not in numbing or masking those symptoms. The pain and discomfort of the physical symptoms are nature's wake-up call, alerting us that there's a deeper problem or a cause that needs attention if we are to heal. And this is also true of our psychological and emotional feelings of pain and discomfort. To heal them, we need to feel them. It's been said, no feeling, no healing. For a number of years, I have appreciated the writings and insights of a man named Jeff Foster. He is an author, a teacher, a very fascinating individual. I invite you to check him out on Google sometime, find out more about him. But he has recently endured 2 or more years suffering a devastating, debilitating case of neurological Lyme disease and all the related conditions that nearly destroyed every aspect of his body, his mind, and his spirit. But now he is on a path of amazing and beautiful recovery, albeit slow. So in a recent newsletter, he wrote about the turbulence of healing. And here's what he said. One of the most dangerous myths we have inherited is that healing, whether body, mind, or spirit, is supposed to feel good. He said no. Sometimes our discomfort actually intensifies as darkness emerges into light, as unconscious material makes its way into present awareness, as our old illusions burn up in a fever of healing. Perhaps our discomfort is not wrong, not a mistake or a sign that we've lost our healing path. The presence of pain today may actually indicate that our healing process is intensifying, that we're actually more awake and sensitive than ever, more in touch with our sacred vulnerability. I love that. Sacred vulnerability. There is such a tendency in our culture, he goes on to say, a tendency to avoid discomfort of any kind, to distract ourselves from it, to label it as wrong or negative or even unspiritual. Much of our Western medicine is geared toward the removal of symptoms, the silencing of disruption, the numbing of chaos. But sometimes, he says, our pain and sorrow, our frustration, our exhaustion, our fear, and our doubts need to be felt more fully than ever before, and our heart needs to break open more completely. So let the winds blow, let the tempests rage, let life explode right where you are. You are being invited now to a deeper healing, and even though it feels like you're getting worse, even though your heart is tender and raw, as he writes, soon you will rise like a phoenix. Now this healing, Jeff Foster goes on to say, can sometimes feel like going through a severe turbulence on a night plane flight. Oh my, I know that feeling. And in the midst of the turbulence of feelings, it's easy to get lost in thinking, oh my, something is going horribly wrong. I'm broken. I need to get off this damned flight. He says, but you learn. You learn to breathe through the discomfort and lean into the rawness of the moment. Trust the turbulence, my friend, he says. It means that you are already soaring. He reminds us, feelings are not mistakes, and they're not asking to be healed. They are asking to be held here, now, lightly in the loving arms of present awareness. I love that. It brings to mind the chant that we heard earlier, God is holding me. God is holding me and my feelings, all of them. Now, another wise voice, Father Richard Rohr, in a recent newsletter of his, shared some thoughts about a welcoming prayer. Here are some of the words of that prayer. Welcome, welcome, welcome. I welcome everything that comes to me today because I know it's for my healing. I welcome all thoughts, feelings, persons, situations, and conditions. I let go of my need for control. I let go of my need for approval. I let go of my need for security. I open to the love and presence of God and God's action within. Amen. Father Richard Rohr says the welcoming prayer helps us find serenity through surrender in the midst of messy, ordinary moments when we're feeling triggered or caught by something unpleasant. He said, begin by being present, simply present to your feeling, experiencing it. Don't try to rationalize or explain it, but witness and give your attention to the sensation. What you are welcoming in this moment is not the painful event itself, oh no, but you're welcoming the feelings that it triggers in you. The welcoming prayer. So, to sum all of this up, here are 4 suggestions to take with you this week. And by the way, patience, patience, patience. Just as with physical healing, it takes as long as it takes for those feelings and whatever's behind them to heal. And it is a process that's unique to each of us. As Jeff Foster writes so beautifully, there is no rush for your heart. Do not try to open your heart now. Instead, honor your heart in its current state. Trust that when your heart is ready, and not a moment before, it will open like a flower in the warmth of the sun. So, to summarize, remember that feelings are not the enemy. As I said, there are four suggestions for you to take with you now, and they are: notice, allow, explore, and validate. You can do this when you realize the feelings are not the enemy. First of all, notice. Become the witnessing observer. Feelings are not who we are. They're simply energetic expressions and signals. They're neither good nor bad. They're just indicators. Allow them. Allow them. Don't resist. What we resist persists. Allow the feelings. Lean into them. Emote if you want to. And I will say, I emote a lot. Suffering comes from resisting those feelings. So allow them. And then the third thing is explore. Where do I feel this feeling in my body? What's it telling me? If it could speak, what would it say? Just slow down and be patient. Stay in your body and out of your head. And finally, validate. To not validate a feeling is like to deny it or tell yourself you shouldn't be feeling something. That is a way of resisting and avoiding experiencing that feeling. But to validate those feelings opens you to the experience of all things, comfort. Experiencing your pain as valid, you open up to being gentle, kind, and loving with yourself. And sometimes the need for comfort is the message that the emotional pain is trying to send us. So notice, allow, explore, and validate these unpleasant and even painful feelings. And it can feel risky, I know, to do this. But in the wise words of Father Richard Rohr, trust the down, and God will take care of the up. I love it. Trust the down, and God will take care of the up. And do you know, gently welcoming all of our feelings, knowing God is holding us, holding our feelings, all the while, it can feel a lot like finding our way home. That's right. And Bob wrote a beautiful song recently which says just that. I'm going to find my way home. So let's take these words with us this week as we continue to find our way home to the abundant expression of our unique and flourishing individuality. So it is.
I've been out here on my own, trying to make my way alone. But I've got this feeling in my bones that I've gone too far from home. There's a sense from deep within that no matter where I've been, everything comes back again to the place where it begins. And I'm gonna find my way home, find the truth I once had known, all the choices I've been making, all the roads that I've taken are leading me back to my home. When I see the world today, we all seem to have lost our way, drifting on the sea of time in search of peace, so hard to find. But the truth can't be denied. Sure as the moon turns the tide, this spinning world on which we ride bring us to the other side. And we're gonna find our way home, find the truth we once had known, all the choices that we're making, all the roads that we've taken are leading us back to our home. We're gonna find our way home, find the truth we once had known, all the choices that we're making, all the roads that we've taken are leading us back to our home.
Thank you, Reverend Karen, for your wonderful message, and Fawny and Bob for your beautiful song as a finishing touch to Reverend Karen's message. Now, as we move into our time of offering, I want you to know that we're so grateful for your generous financial support of this center that allows us to support you in so many ways. There are 3 easy ways to share your offering. On your screen, you'll see our website, which is www.cslsarasota.com, where you can choose a couple of options. You can select the donate button, which allows you to contribute via PayPal or by credit card. Or you can mail a check to our address. You can also set up automatic contributions through your own online banking. And now I invite you to place your hand over your heart as you reflect on your gift, blessing it as you share it, and know this with me. My gift goes forth to heal, to bless, and to prosper, and the divine flow returns it to me, multiplied abundantly. Now, please join me in our offering affirmation on your screen. I give thanks that I may share of my good, my love, and my support. Thank you so much. If you'd like prayer support, I'd like to draw your attention to the green prayer request button. We invite you to use this feature to send us your request. Our 5 licensed spiritual practitioners, Kathleen Frankert, Ron Frost, Nicole Leeds, Sean Scanlon, and me, are available to know and affirm spiritual truth with and for you in whatever challenge you may be experiencing. We're also available for 1-hour spiritual coaching sessions by appointment. For more information, check our website under the staff link at the left side of the screen and then select practitioners. Here on our website, you can also sign up to receive our weekly email newsletter. Please also check out our Facebook page for posts about upcoming events. I have one announcement for you this morning. Our Spiritual Living Circle meets via Zoom every Wednesday evening for 1 hour from 7 to 8 p.m. to discuss an article from the current month's Science of Mind magazine. This week, we'll be discussing the article by Aline Zodi in the May issue entitled Emotional Traps. This is a wonderful, no-cost opportunity for spiritual development and connection with other like-minded individuals. If you'd like to participate, please email me at the address shown on your screen, and I'll send you the Zoom link, article, and discussion guide. Now, as we conclude this sacred time together, let us move forward into the week ahead, affirming that we do so in health, safety, and perfect peace. I invite you to listen or join in singing our closing song, Let There Be Peace on Earth. Thank you for being with us, and have a great week, everyone.
Let there be peace on earth, and let it begin with me. Let there be peace on earth, the peace that was meant to be with God our Creator. We are family. Let us walk with each other in perfect harmony. Let peace begin with me. Let this be the moment now. With every step I take, let this be my solemn vow to take each moment and live each moment in peace eternally. Let there be peace on earth, and let